So let's try to learn few more aspect of code development. So we start with incorporating two different class of solver and combining both of them and creating one single solver. So in that regard, let's try to implement scalar transport equation inside the simple ICO form, piezo form, pimple form. Okay, so let's try to explore that part. So before we want to start our development, so first fetch the template from the existing location. So when I say fetch the template from existing location, what I mean is something like this way: go to the area where exactly the OpenFOAM is installed. In that, go to the application area. All the solvers is available here. So you, let's say you want to develop some new solver. Okay, so first identify whatever the most relevant solver for your application, pick up that solver and then start developing your new solver. That is the idea. Okay, so in this, for this particular session, what we're going to do, we have a basic solver like a scalar transport equations. Okay, so we try to incorporate this scalar transport equations. Okay, so we pick up the scalar transport equations, okay, and plug this scalar transport equation inside the ICO form first. Okay, and before we go towards that, let's go even much more further simplified way of looking at it. So I say much more simplified way of looking at it. Let's we know that in the simple solver development here, okay, we try to develop couple of very simple solvers. So I suggest that let's try to pick up this one type of the passive scalar, okay, and we incorporate this passive scalar inside the our main solver and have an idea how this passive scalar is going to propagate inside any of the test case or inside any of the domain with the help of the existing solver. So that is the idea. So let's try to create very simple test case, and then we go towards combining this scalar transport equation inside the ICO form. So let's start with very simplified way of looking the code development. So for that, let's first take a one solver. So let's say we want to incorporate this passive scalar inside the ICO form. Okay, so what we supposed to do, we first fetch the ICO form from the existing solver area. So in the application solver incompressible, we have ICO form. So let's pick up the ICO form, so copy that, go to our area. I constructed code, inside code let's paste this as ICO form. Okay, and first part, we have to rename this particular solver based on our requirements. So what we're going to do here, we want to incorporate the some, let's say, passive scalar in it. Okay, so let's say we rename it as a passive scalar, ICO passive scalar form. Okay, so that is the name I want to give to this new solver. Okay, so let's do that. So go to this area, immediately whatever the folder name you gave, immediately give the same name to the .c file. Okay, so let's say this is the new name. Then go to the make folder and inside the file, okay, rename .c file as well and your solver name as well. And here by default it's going toward the form application bin. Where is the form application bin? I hope you now understand. Form application bin is the actual install area. So inside the OpenFOAM you have a platform, a 64-bit. Here you have a library. So whatever the install library is here, installed all the form is here, like simple form, ICO form, piezo, all the forms executables is here. So by default it's supposed to go there, but we don't want to keep our new solver inside that area. So what we supposed to do, we have to keep that our new solver in our area. That means lib ubuntu 3.0 platform, here you have a lib. So in the lib, whatever the library we develop, like my power law, my parabolic, my omega, everything is here. In the similar line, inside the bin, okay, whatever the solver previously we developed, my diffusion, my heat flow, my Laplacian, my pure convection, everything is here. Okay, so I supposed to store our compiled version in this location. So for that purpose, don't forget to write as a user here. Okay, if you don't write it here user, so by default it's supposed to go inside the install area. So don't do that way. Okay, whatever we, our new development is supposed to fall under on our area. So that is one change required. Okay, and then let's go back to our main solver. Okay, and before we do further modifications, I suggest let's compile this. So save it and compile this our new solver. So for that, let's create the environment. So go to this folder OF 3.0x. okay, and before you do go for compilation, it is better to type a w clean dot all. Okay, and then look, if you want to develop any boundary condition, any type of the libraries, we have to type w make libso. Okay, so it going to develop a dynamically linkable library, but we want executable. If you want the executable, we supposed to type only wmake file. Okay, so first check either it's compiling properly or not. Okay, so we are creating ICO passive scalar form. Okay, so that is the idea. Yeah, it's compiled well, so our basic structure is ready to go. Now let's modify it based on the requirement. So in the let's go to this file. Okay, if you look at here, entire solver is in the single file. So let me first segregate this entire solver into the multiple files. So what I going to do, I am creating, look, this part if you don't do that is also fine. So let's first create the solver and then we clean the code. That is better way. So what we want here, we want one additional line that will compose of these terms. Okay, so that additional line we required. Okay, so let's say this is our that particular few lines, and for that what we required, we say that sol of that particular line straight away. So before we writing, we supposed to incorporate that part here. Why here? Please understand, this is belong to what? This is belong to the piezo loop. So normally whatever the scalar transport we want to transport, it's after the pressure correction iteration is over. So this is the predictor step and this is the corrector step. So it's supposed to be after the correction step. So that's why I am writing here. And solve, what we have to solve, we have to solve that equation. So I am just simply writing this term here. Okay, and then we're going to modify it. What we're going to solve, we want to solve as something like this way. Okay, and here in case of u, we say some new scalar as. Okay, and this scalar we going to solve exactly this. In case of the t, we define new scalar as a, let's say s, or you want then let it be a t only, that is also fine. Let's say t is a new scalar. Okay, so that is the new scalar we want to incorporate. So we incorporate new scalar as a equation here. Okay, now whatever the new variable incorporated, we supposed to define that variable. Okay, so for that, first understand few concept here. Okay, so in each folder you have a .c file and .h file. Okay, so .h file cover all the variable declaration. So like reading the transport property. So from the transport property we going to read the new for the ICO form. Then we going to read the volume scalar field as a pressure. Okay, so here we say must read and auto write. Then we read the volume vector field as a u. Okay, so we have a u and p are the variables at present. Then we create the field. Okay, create fee, and for the reference purpose we set the pref values. Okay, that is what by default we have. And then go to the c file. So as we know that we definitely require the fv cfd.h file. Okay, so that file contain all the important information that is required. Okay, that file. Then piezo control, if we working with the simple, then we require the simple control file. And then create time, create mesh. Okay, then create field.h. Okay, so create field.h file is nothing but give you the idea about the different class of variables that is going to use inside your solver. Okay, then we say start time, and we run till the our iteration or the number of time step reached, and we say time informations, what is the current time, we try to calculate the current number. Then it is called the momentum predictor step. So here we develop the u as a matrix, okay, and then we solve the u matrix. So in the u this matrix we need not to store the gradient term, because that matrix we have to use inside the corrector step as well. So that is we aware about it, this part, okay. So in the advanced module we discuss all this aspect, okay. So then here the piezo loop starts. So inside the piezo loop we try to solve the pressure Poisson solver, okay. So that is what we solve here. Laplacian of pressure equal to divergence of velocity, okay. So that is the nothing but pressure Poisson solver, and inside of it we have a multiple time pressure piezo corrector. So if we work with the single corrector, it more or like behave like a simple algorithm. So we have multiple corrector, and for each multiple corrector we have multiple non-orthogonal corrector as well, okay. So that is here, and like that way we able to, and then at the end we try to update the correct the velocity and correct the boundary condition as well. So here our piezo loop is over. So up to here we have, then we want this scalar transport, okay, or the passive scalar, not scalar transport, okay. So for that we add this new line. Now when we add new line, we require new one more variable. So where to define this new variable? Whatever the new variable you required, you supposed to define inside the create field.h file, and we know that this is a scalar field, okay. So the way we define the pressure in the similar line, we can define the this new variable as a scalar as well. So let's define this. So what we do, we try to copy the p area, okay. So we can say now read field S, it is a scalar field, volume scalar field equal to S, IO object S, runtime, okay, mesh constructed must read and auto write, okay. By this way we incorporate the volume scalar field S inside our solver, okay. So it will facilitate this one variable that is needed. Sorry, it is in case of S it is a T, so let me change it as a T. Okay. So we constructed this new variable, okay. Now this variable is ready to go. Our solver one line is also set. So let's compile it. So what we did, we incorporate single line, this one, okay, as a passive scalar inside the ICO form. That is what we did, and we gave the name as ICO passive scalar form, okay. So we are set with this. Now what needed, we have to construct the test case for this, okay. So test case we try to adapt from the our standard tutorials. So let me adapt the test case for this. So our solver is ready to go. So let first go toward the now test case area. So let's say test case, okay. So test case, I already have one test case. Its name I gave as a passive scalar, same, okay, and cavity I choose as a test case, okay. So inside the cavity, so by default if you see in this 0 folder we have a u file and p file. Along with that, let me also construct the additional one file, okay, and say that file as a torg, okay. So original file name we say torg. So new file we constructed as a temperature, okay, T. So we have one of the this transport file, okay. So in here we say top wall and all the fixed wall equal to 0 gradient only. But what we going to do, we try to construct one source of the scalar inside the cavity. So for that we going to use the funky or set field type of the utility, and so set field of t equal to 0 by default, or otherwise within this zone we say t equal to 1, okay. So we artificially constructed this class of thing, okay. So let see how it goes. So let me open this area, okay, into new terminal. So this is our test case, cavity of 3.0, let's say block mesh. Okay, immediately check how the mesh is look like. So this is our mesh file, very coarse mesh we constructed. Okay, so with this mesh, now what we do, we try to construct this scalar t as a scalar. So before we go for set field, let's say cp 0 t org to cp 0 t. Okay, so we constructed the t file inside the 0 folder. Okay, now let's say set fields. Okay, so set field, what it going to do, it try to pick up the t variable, and within this zone it try to initialize the t variable with value equal to 1. If we do that, let's look at in the paraform what exactly it's look like. So this is the t. Okay, so we source the t something like this way randomly. Okay, now the top wall is going to move, and when the top wall going to move, here the vertex going to trigger and or develop, and because of that this passive scalar is try to mix inside the cavity. So that is the idea behind this tutorial. Okay, so let's, now we are set for everything, so let's run echo passive scalar form. Okay, so few things required, like divergence of t. This is required. Why? Because if you look at this file, we have this divergence of t as a new discretizations required inside the our system file. So let's go to the system area, fv scheme. Okay, go to the fv scheme. Okay, inside the fv scheme, in case of s, let's type it as a t. Okay, so it's going to work very neatly with that. Another, we require the t is undefined directory as a fv solution. So like for all other variables, we have a solver set. In the similar line, we supposed to set the solver for t as well. So we are using, let's say, smooth solver only, so let's stick to that. Okay, and non-orthogonal character in all these settings we need not to change. Okay, so that's it. So we are set with this, and we run for, let's say, 2 seconds. What happened? First it try to solve as a predictor step, then there is a corrector step. After the corrector step is over, we try to solve this new additional scalar as a t. Okay, and we check for its convergence. Okay, and let's see how exactly the scalar distribution look like. So this is the t. Okay, like t. So when we simulate, look very quickly, it try to mix with the entire of cavity. Okay, so that is how it's look like. Okay, so this is how one can very quickly generate a very simple type of the solver, where we can incorporate this very simple passive scalar inside of our any class of the flow solver. Okay, so let me brief you again what we did. So we started with the icoform. Inside the icoform, we have a first we rename the .c file. Okay, along with that, we also rename the make folder files. Okay, and we say new name, and we also change user application bin. Okay, and along with that, we also modified the create field.h file. Inside that, we try to construct the new variable as a t, as a volume scalar field. And then what we did, we try to use this particular solver. Okay, and try to construct the one additional line inside of it, and we are set with that. Okay, now let's try to modify this solver a little bit further. Okay, so we try to add up some clean programming method style. Okay, so what mean by clean programming? That means if you look at so many lines is here, in case of this, we can modify these solvers by some better way. When I say better way, so what one has to do? One has to do something like this way. When we want to modify the solver, and we we want to clean that solver. Okay, I say what is mean by cleaning the solver. So if you look at the piezo form, look, we have a u equation, p equation, and if you look at the piezo form, the solver is very small. So wherever required, we try to incorporate the u equation, wherever required we try to incorporate the p equation. So in the similar line, we also try to modify this ICO form. Okay, so you at least understand how to construct this all different class of equation as well here. Okay, so we require the u equation and the p equation. In case of this entire predictor entry goes as a u equations, similar like a piezo. Okay, and then inside the pimple loop we have a p equation, and at the end we can say that we have a t equation as well. Okay, so like that way we try to clean this particular case. So let's try to construct the few more files. So let's say we can rename the as a u eq and equation. Okay, so let me add up the same style eqn, so let it be same way eqn only. Okay, so let's say u equations. Okay, and then we say we also require the p equation, and also we require the t equations. Okay, so that many thing we required as a different file. Now what we supposed to do, we try to open all these files. Okay, so let's open this file. Okay, first let me I think close few more files that is open already. Okay, we don't require this all this thing. Let me clean up. Okay, let me again open this all the files. So we have a u file. Okay, so let's clean all the files because we directly copied as a create field.h file. Okay, so let's first clean all the files. Now this all file is ready. What we want here, this everything supposed to goes as a u equations. Okay, so we copy this and paste it here. So this is belong to now u equations. Okay, and in we remove this, so what is needed is something like this way. In case of this, we can incorporate something like a u eqn file. Okay, okay, e is capital, and I can remove this area. Okay, so u eqn file. Okay, so here it is belong to the eq equations. Okay, now in the similar line, everything this, okay, up to here it's supposed to be the part of the p equations. So let me copy and kept inside the p equations. So this is all belong to the p equations. Okay, so now we remove that part, so we supposed to type here also as a p equations. So we can say that here we have a p equations. So we are set with p equation. Now this we supposed to type inside the t equations. Okay, so this is belong to the t equations. So let me change it here as a t equations. So everything we didn't change code, but now if you look the readability wise the code, it is much simple look like. Okay, if we want to modify it about the u equation, we need not to touch this .c file immediately. We only look at the .h u equation.h and we modify. If you want to modify the p, we simply use this. If you want to modify the t, we simply modify the tqn file, and we are set with that. Okay, so let's compile this modified whatever we modified. Okay, let's check. Okay, so if it's compiled fine, there is no worry. It's that means it's all the modification we did is absolutely correct. If you want, you can quickly run as well. So it's running as well. So whatever we did is correct. So why we did to look at the better readability of the code. Okay, we tried to modify this ICO form such a way that all the predictor step goes inside the u equation, entire corrector step goes inside the p equation, and additionally we have a additional one scalar transport equation that code is a teqn.h file. Okay, so that is how one can quickly modify the solver. Okay, so that is what we did here. Okay, so now let's look at the further modifications and go toward the scalar transport form incorporation inside the ICO piezo and simple form.